Hello and welcome back to Von Milhausen Plays Darkfall, the journal. In one of the previous episodes, I noticed while I was editing it that I actually forgot to look up one of the personnel files here on Terminal 1, so I'm afraid we're going to start off with a tiny bit of reading. I had read Matilda Flies and I was talking about Gloria Grabble after reading hers, and then I skipped over Gloria Grabble and went straight to Betty Penfold, so I never actually read Gloria Grabble's profile. Name, Gloria Grabble. Age at time of event, 32. Occupation, unknown, maybe false name. Connection to hotel, guess, room 1E. This guess is the most baffling of all. It appears that she booked under a false name and kept herself to herself for much of her 2-day stay. Someone said she may have known Matilda Fly, as the two were seen talking to each other on the night of the 29th of April, although there is no evidence of a connection. Also, quite puzzling, is the fact that she arrived in a car, a very distinctive American-style sports model, although her car was never found. If it was, the police have never revealed details of such. Perhaps she left the hotel that night. A request for her to come forward and talk to police about the fateful night was never fulfilled. Last seen leaving the Station Bar Hotel with Matilda Fly around 22:15. No images available. Okay, so that's one loose end. And yeah, at the end of the last... Yeah. The end of the last episode, I was getting quite stuck. And I'm not proud to admit it, but I decided I would have a look at a walkthrough just to get a hint for anything that I may have missed. And I did read one thing in the walkthrough, which I'm going to go and show you now. But we have to go back over towards Tiny Tim's area. What's the best way to do that? I think we can go through here. And then out through the door, if it'll let me out. And actually want to go into the station. And up to the Tiny Tim thing. Okay, so when you look through this area here, what you're supposed to notice is that there's a gap in the fence down here in this corner. Now, personally, I think this is nonsense because I was down here and I looked at the gap in the fence. This is it right here, and you'll see nothing happening here at all. But if you go over to the next one and look at the very same gap in the fence, you can go forward here. And this is what I read in the walkthrough, that there's a gap in the fence that you can walk through and that you can see the gap in the fence from Tiny Tim's little lookout point. And I actually, in the last few episodes where I was kind of going through and using the Radivision goggles to have a look at everything, I actually came to this whole area and I was scanning my mouse like this across that thing, and there was literally one frame of video where it turned into the walk forward thing and then it turned back to the regular cross. So I just completely missed it. But personally, I think it's nonsense that you can walk forward here, but you can't walk forward there, even though it's the same bloody gap. So this is the one thing that I've looked up. I haven't seen anything else, and I'm going to try and keep it this way. So it looks like we can turn... Actually, this looks like this might turn into a bit of a maze. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save slot 20. Okay, can't walk. I'm being a little bit more careful now with how I move the mouse around. Can't walk forward that way. Can't walk forward this way. We can walk forward here. Okay. So we have a building of some variety. To the left, to the right, we have nothing. This should be back up towards the train station. It is good. See, is there anywhere else we can go here? So I'm afraid that they might put in two different ways that you could go forward in a place. But it doesn't look like it, and there wasn't any other way forward here. No, not that I can see. And can I use my flashlight here? I can't. Okay, well, we can walk forward. Sounds like an aeroplane. Okay, well we can definitely walk forward, and that seems to be all the same contiguous walk forward area. What have we got here? Can we walk out into the trees? No, this will be back towards where we just came from, and yes, I can walk forward. Can't examine anything there. We have some cut lumber and a barrel. And we have a big door that we can click on. Well, we can click on the right hand part of the door. And that appears to be it. Okay. Now, that's slightly ominous. This icon kind of suggests we can do something here. I'm assuming we can use a lantern. Okay, there's a ladder there that looks like it might go up to a hayloft. Thought I saw my mouse cursor turn into something else here, but maybe I was hallucinating. You can see we can turn to the side. That's the door back out. There doesn't really appear to be anything else, so let me try activating the lantern. Oh, right. Okay, it's working in a slightly unusual way, so we have some hooks of some variety. We can walk forward into the darkness. There's some tools. We have an axe, a pitchfork, a hammer. That looks like a car, so maybe that's Gloria Grabble's car. We have some random lumber. Okay, I don't appear to be able to climb this ladder from here anyway. That looks like a saw or something that might be embedded in a piece of wood. We have a barrel. Okay, that's saw again. The door is open, so it didn't close behind us. And if we turn this way, we have a large shovel. The hooks again. It doesn't appear to be anything else, so I guess we walk forward. What's this way? Okay, there's the axe. Don't seem to be able to look down at anything. I'm assuming the car is the thing we're supposed to be examining, so I'm just going to look at it last. This can't interact with that ladder. Some 2x4s. Can't look down or anything. And if we look back towards the door, okay, I can go up the ladder here into the hayloft or whatever. I can walk forward back towards the door, and that's it. Okay, let's have a look at this place. Okay, so I can walk over here towards the back of the area. I can't actually look at the car, which is kind of surprising. Maybe I can look at it from the far side. So let's head back there. Anything funny about this back wall? No, can't look in the barrel. Okay, we can examine part of the car now, and we can examine just the general ground area down there. Can't examine any more of the car. There's the stairs up into the hayloft kind of area. Anything odd about this wall? No. Okay, well let's have a look at the car then. Or the ground. I guess it's all the one hit area. Oh god, so we can go down into a basement, which seems like it would be a terrible idea. I have saved, so I suppose let's go down. Yeah, this seems like a really bad place. I can't turn left or right here. I can't go back. I can only go forward. Okay, we've got some bats down here. It's very rough looking ground. We can turn left and right. To the left we just have brick wall. Behind us we have the stairs back up. To the right was also just a brick wall. So I guess we go forward. As you do. So we've hit a wall here, I think. I can turn left and right. Let's see what's to the right. More wall. We have some twitches on our meter here. Electromagnetic activity within 5 meters. So we've got a wall here. This should be the path back up to the stairs. Indeed. Definitely have like an earthen floor here. So the corridor carries on to the left. Yeah, that was the original straight ahead. So this is now the left. I apologize if this is a bit confusing to watch the replay of. I'm trying to describe what way I'm turning. So the corridor basically carried straight from the stairs. It went straight ahead and now is turning to the left into this very cavern-y looking area, which is a bit unusual, I guess, for the basement of a shed. We have a pool of water, some stalactites and stalagmites. And we have a stone here with a zigzag pattern on it. And we can walk forward towards the stone. Now here looks like a lot of the symbols that we've already seen. There might be some new ones here as well. Don't seem to be able to walk forward anymore. I've just turned left from that stone. Okay, doesn't appear to be anything there. And I'm going to turn left again, so we're looking back the direction we came. And it's just a big darkness. I'm going to turn left again, so we're looking at the right hand wall as it were. I'm going to turn left again, so we're now back to looking at this stone and this pattern. Now I suspect we'll possibly need, if we don't have all the symbols here, I suspect we will need some of them, and I suspect we're also going to need this pattern. So give me a moment and I will, oh hang on, we can interact with something here. I can put the lantern down to get a better look at things. Now, okay, so I can zoom in on this thing here. And I can zoom in on each one of these dots. And I can guess I can pick up the lantern again. Okay, I'm going to save because this is feeling a little endgamey. I'm not quite ready for that yet, which makes me wonder what's going on down in the basement of the hotel. Maybe that wasn't the endgame place. Well, it looks like there might be something buried under this, I don't know, cement or something. Don't think I have any tool that would be appropriate here. I apparently still have the lantern. So I can't do anything there yet. I can't look at these symbols, but I can look at each one of these. So when I look in the, oh right, I get it. I'm looking through holes in this stone at symbols on this thing. So if I look through the top ones, I was just thinking if I look through the top ones then I don't get to see because they're covered up by the stone. That doesn't seem to be right. Okay, well give me a moment and I will jot down all of the symbols and the pattern here, and then I will bring you back. Okay, so that's all of those jotted down. I can't turn left or right anymore, so I guess we just have to take this back. And we might need to come back here if we get some variety of tool that we can maybe chip away some of that stonework stuff on. Maybe back here in the garage maybe. Okay, there wasn't anything else I could look at in terms of the car. No. I'm going to assume this is Gloria Grabo's car because it looks like a fairly fancy sports car, and she said that her car was a Chrysler Sport Mark II, I think she said it was. Okay, let's check out upstairs. Which isn't a little creepy. But I suppose given where we've just come from, this is probably a lot less creepy. And anything to the left? Looks like there's a table there with some moonlight or something hitting it, but we don't seem to be able to look at it. And if we look forward, we can just look down into there. And I don't see anything up in the rafters. What have we got here? Ah, screwdriver. Oh, I bet we can use that to for the Scooby-Doo thing to push the key out of the locked room on the upper floor. We have some nails, and we have some plates with a kind of fig leaf pattern on them. A rather odd assortment of items here. Let's also see if we can use that screwdriver to chip away at the stone on the plinth down here in the creepy basement. We got a nice downwards view here. It looks like a very old school motor car, so I'm going to guess it's Gloria Grabo's. But who would have pushed it here if the police never found it? Interesting. Okay, let's head back down here. Okay, let's have a look at this. And screwdriver? No. Not the screwdriver. Okay. Well, so much for that. Let's try back in the house. And by house I mean hotel. So it should be this way and then this way. Okay. So that will then be up on the 3rd floor. This door here. Okay. So, slide the paper and screwdriver. Yes! Excellent. And we take the paper back and we have our key. So now we should be able to use this key, I guess. Yes! New location time. Right, so this should be George Crabtree's study now. And can't use our radiovision goggles. Can't flick the light on and off. And here's the study itself. So we have some, I guess, photographic studies of people in motion and a tree of some variety. It looks like to be a telephone here and a desk. 2 desks. And maybe a projector. Interesting. Okay, well, let me walk forward and have a look at the first desk here. What have we got? Oh, there's something tied to the back of this one. Arthur Johnston, Hut 3A, Ryan Down Barracks, Eastbourne. Hello, George. I have to be quite careful what I write, as I think Captain Barkett reads the post. No worries, though. It's great here, nothing like what we thought. The other chaps are great fun, and I am learning a lot of things that I never even dreamt of in Dowerton. Still miss the old place though, and you, of course. Especially today, there is word going around that tomorrow night is the big move. Some big wigs from London arrived, and they spent the whole night in the operations room. So it looks like this is it. Do not worry, I am not nervous. Just want to get the thing over and done with. Sort them out once and for all. That should not take that long, as we are all ready to go. No looking back. Think of me. How are things there? I regret leaving you with that thing. Have there been any further developments? I still think you should go to the police. I will swear on the Bible if it will help matters. Right soon. I am told we can still get our post, but I do not see how. Right anyway, I will get it one day. How is my studio? You can clear away my stuff if you need more space. I can unpack it all when I return, can't I? Yes, I will do that. Pack my stuff away for now. It will not be for long, I promise. Say hello to Edith for me and tell her I miss her cooking. It's horrible food here, but we cannot grumble. Also, tell Betty that she had better practice a good homecoming tune. I will expect the best. I've got to go now. Less time than I thought. We are up earlier than normal, which can only mean one thing. I'm going to go now, and you will not think of me again until I step off the train on platform 1. All will be as it should be. You will be waiting by the buffet. Betty will be waiting with a nice pint of beer. Edith will have one of her famous rabbit pies in the stove. I can see it now. This thought alone will keep me strong till I come home. You must not think too much while I am away. You have enough problems as it is. I will be back to help you defeat our miscreation. All my thoughts are with you. See you soon, Arthur. So did him and Arthur stir up the ghosts of old Tom or something? I guess that's Arthur. Okay then. Slightly ominous breathing here. Okay, can we look at the bookshelf? We can. Afraid of the Dark? Astrology, Andrew Verney. Astrology, that's not astronomy, so he was into both. A book of myths and legends, supernature, Celtic tales and legends, beyond death, the Maker and the Misery, and a projector as well. But we don't appear to be able to click on anything here. This is interesting. So clearly he's interested in the occult of some variety. Alrighty, let's have a look at the desk. Ooh, there's quite a bit here. Edith. Just the card with the word Edith written on it? Nothing else? Okay. Mortimer and Partners, Solicitors, 25 Facet Square, London. Okay. Gloria Garble, Reliable Garg, Lobel, Aloria, Barlea, Arable. Damn, who the devil is she? That car, perhaps it's the car that arouses my suspicious nature. Very expensive, too expensive for most. So why stay in this hotel? It's not exactly the Savoy, is it? I'll ask Edith if she has any thoughts on the matter. I think a quick look over that car would be quite rewarding. Well, I would have thought so as well, but the game wouldn't let me look at the car. But clearly he was thinking that maybe Gloria Grabble would be some variety of anagram. Aloria. Okay. Maybe we can go back and try and poke at the car again, but it really didn't look like it was going to let me. Next one. I wish Arthur were here. He would offer such wonderful, clear advice, and probably enjoy it too. He had such a spirit, he may even have been able to offer some assistance with my nemesis. It's hiding down there, waiting, plotting, growing in strength. It consumes my mind. God damn it to hell. Is this Grabble woman part of its plan? Maybe I'm losing my mind. I will start to suspect everyone soon. Oh God, help me. I must return to my research. It is the only route to victory. The ancient runes are difficult, but I will break their code. I must. What's this? George, thought you might find this cutting of use. Seems like I've solved one of your problems. I think we should have a little chat about it, because if the others find out, including the press, this place will turn into a bloody circus. Please come out of your room. We hardly see you these days. What is it that bothers you so? Maybe we could help if we knew. Nice Mr. Verney doesn't even know what's wrong. Is it Arthur that is upsetting you? I know you still miss him, Edith, so I guess Arthur did not come back from the war. The Weekly Gossip. Increasing fears that the terror merchants may be about to strike again. An increased guard has been put on the Duke since the attack, so police are not taking any chances. Something still has to listed for actions can be taken. Work out exactly behind the operation. The close aide to the Duke pointed out to the gatherers, reported that it is unclear who is blah blah blah. Great new food offers a promise as from next week when a huge shipment of spam, processed tinned meat of variable origin, finally arrives on these shores from the US. Top London chefs are putting the finishing touches to a new book entitled Make Your Man Happy with Spam, which I hope will revolutionize the way we look at tinned meats. Francois Minuet said, I love blah blah blah. Police officers yesterday had to admit defeat after it was revealed that the notorious lady bank robber Sly Fox has evaded capture once again. After a carefully planned operation masterminded by head of Scotland Yard Christopher Marsh, the suspect fled her home in London's Mayfair at speed. No one else was seen with her, which destroys the theory that she always worked with a getaway driver, as officers are warning. So is Gloria Grabble the Sly Fox? That might make sense, because in Matilda's flies drawer there was a news clipping that also mentioned the Sly Fox, and in Gloria Grabble's room there was all that money hidden under the floorboards, and there was clearly some kind of blackmail thing going on between Matilda Fly and the Sly Fox and Gloria Grabble. So maybe Gloria Grabble was the Sly Fox and Matilda Fly worked it out and was like, oh, you are going to give me so much money to keep my flippin' mouth shut. Maybe. Or maybe Matilda Fly is the Sly Fox. Sly. Okay, well, let's have a look at the journal, and then I think we'll call it here for this episode. A most extraordinary discovery, quite by accident as well. Arthur and I were pottering about in the cellar. We were both wondering if we could determine the cellar's age or the whereabouts of Tom Oliver's final resting place. The tale dates back years, and I have never taken it too seriously. Arthur finds it fascinating and a little romantic, but it's lost on me. Nevertheless, we took it upon ourselves rather arrogantly to solve the Oliver mystery. Jolly exciting. My art skills are appalling when compared to Arthur's skills, but this is a rough copy of Tom Oliver, which I base on the old drawing hanging in the bar. Anyway, I digress. I found no sign of Tom, but instead we discovered an antechamber. There is a layman's marker in the small room, no doubt announcing the date of the original construction, 1318. Local tales and stories have always implied that there was an inn at this location for several centuries, but the layman's stone bears the date 1318. Amazing, what a find. Tomorrow we will try and discover what significance the stone might have, so I have decided to keep a journal of our work. November 8th, 1944. Our discovery yesterday has left us both excited and puzzled. We both agree that the library at the house may enlighten us as to the hotel's origin. There are numerous records and landowner deeds that we can search. Father built the hotel last century. It is well known that the build was quickened by the existence of foundations, and parts of the original inn were still in existence, though there are few indications of what stood here before the 15th century. More is a pity. Well, we know that there was a building of some significance long before the inn. The stone walls that we have found are not made of local stone, and the construction is of a high standard. The mind reels at the possibilities. Perhaps it was a chapel or other religious building. We are about to explore the room further. I will photograph it for our records. November 9th, so the next day, 1944. This adventure gets more strange by the day. The antechamber was only the beginning. A further passage was revealed today. We are both tempted to announce our find. We are not archaeologists, and we both fear that we are damaging the ancient clues and artifacts. Arthur insists that we push on and save the announcement until we have something truly impressive to show off. I feel that Arthur wants fame and riches. He is young, and I will entertain his fancy. I must admit that it is a strange confession, and that I have the most overwhelming feeling of unease this day. I put it down to nervous excitement at first, but it is not so easily defined. There is something about the chamber that scares me to my soul. I made the decision that we should not explore further until we have researched further. Arthur was stubborn, but came around to my thinking. November 10th, next day again. The last 2 days have changed everything. Oh wait, hang on, November 10th. Gonna fit back? Yeah, November 9th, so it was, okay. The last 2 days have changed everything. I do not know where to start. It is not our fault. It cannot be our fault. We were not to know. The chamber, it is not as we or anyone could understand. It is both extraordinary and baffling, beyond faith and beyond reason. There is a power, a rippling energy that plays across its walls and ceiling. It is a godless power and has no place in our world. Arthur was terrified. I was too shocked and in awe of its luminescence. Wondrous. 1,000 voices whispered at us from beyond the stones, 1,000 voices in perpetual confusion. We removed ourselves as quickly as possible. I fear it was not fast enough. There was time, just enough time. A splinter, in fact, enough for something to follow us back through the passage. I felt it and I heard it. The whispering. Arthur felt it too. He described it as darkness. Darkness with no form or existence. What the devil was it? We sealed the chamber again. I will hide it as well as I can, though I already know it is too late. We are fools, but we were not to know. There is no way we could know. I fear for our souls. I fear for all our souls. What have we released? I remember enough of what we saw to draw a few sketches. I should have had my camera. Damned stupid fool. November 15th, so this is like 5 days later. It saddens and terrifies me to write these words. Arthur and I were right in our fears. It is here with us in the hotel. I have experienced the most bizarre and unnatural visions. The dead are here all around us. I have seen and heard them. Edith suspects that something is wrong, but as yet she has not experienced anything supernatural. Perhaps it'll only affect Arthur and I, our own personal torment. Is it our punishment for curiosity? I hope so. No one else should have to live with our knowledge. All is not of misery. We plan to study our foe, discover its power and agenda. We have already decided that it seems to have some sort of affinity with the dead. That may be our key to its existence. The chamber no doubt will provide invaluable clues, but we will not venture into its depths until we are sure of what we are doing. Spectral nocturnal wraiths wander the hallways of the hotel. I see them out of the corner of my eye. The guests are ignorant to them, which is a blessing. November 28th, 1944. The pressure of the research and the presence of the darkness is taking its toll on Arthur. He is being as brave as his wits allow, but he is spending less and less time in his studio. Nothing would make me more happy than to free him of his burden, but I am not prepared for him to spend more time at home. His father is a bully. He will not leave him be until he signs up. I will not permit Arthur to go to war. One more casualty will make no difference to the battle. Arthur's place is here, aiding me to understand our nemesis. I do not use that word lightly. I have felt for some time that it has some plan for us. It teases and tempts us. It whispers at my door throughout the night. What fate would befall me if I opened that door? Would it be there? Would it be waiting for me? Would my voice join one of those many, many voices in the hellmouth beneath us? December 3rd, 1944. A trip to London has been most fruitful. Our hurried sketches have proved invaluable. The chamber was decorated with symbols. I think they are called runes, which have a definite figurative significance. If we can decode them, we may be able to work out a way of retrapping the darkness. The library of the British Museum is vast and confusing, but I was able to find similar symbols in the alchemical works and dictionaries. We need more symbols, then the real work can begin. All is not lost. December 6, 1944. I have calmed down now. A half an hour ago I could have exploded. Arthur returned to the chamber without my knowledge. Stupid young fool. He thought it the only way. Perhaps he is right. His finding is invaluable, a breakthrough even. Time is of the essence. It is becoming more bold by the day. It is my belief that Betty has experienced some unnatural phenomenon. I caught her creeping around the hall under the cover of dark. What was she seeking? Has she seen something that has aroused her suspicions? I suspect she was going to have a look after Thomas. Has she seen something that has aroused her suspicions? I dare not ask her, as I would have to confess our guilt. I am playing with the idea of telling Edith that I believe the hotel to be haunted. It is a wise precaution and would make our activities less suspicious. It could also bring a whole wealth of new business to the hotel, which is not something I wish to encourage, not until we have set things back as they should be. Anyway, Arthur's discovery. It is a piece of vellum, animal skin. He found it stuffed between two of the stones. It is illustrated all over with symbols. They catch the light in the most extraordinary way. Perhaps they share a power with the symbols of the chamber. There are 12 symbols in all. They are quite clear and definite. The arrangement is also quite specific, and I believe they may be an incantation. We will set to work on it immediately. December 13th, 1944. Arthur has made his decision. He will sign up. His father has got his way, and all is now ghastly in my world. We have 2 precious days, and then a new fear and doubt will consume my world. 15th of December 1944. He has gone. I could not bring myself to see him off. The train platforms were crowded and loud. I now regret my decision and can only hope that this war will be brought to a swift end. Following the advice in June, the Germans have lost their grip. The Americans have combined forces, and the general feeling is that this conflict will be over soon. I hope it is very soon. I will miss him. 24th of December 1944. The night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. I wish those words were true, but they are not. It is growing in strength, becoming bolder and more astute. It tricks me and guides me, calling me back to that chamber. I must resist. The artifact, the vellum, is still my main source of defense. I am either losing my mind, or it also has some power. It calls to me. When I hold it in my hands, I hear it, a voice, a clear and definite voice. Words spoken in a strange tongue, but I see the words in my mind. This will be our salvation. I can feel it. I will begin to note down the words. 20th of December 1944. There is nothing to write. There is nothing to say. He is dead. March 2nd, 1945. Much time has passed and many things have changed. Arthur will be in my mind forever, but enough time has passed for me to continue the work. The hauntings are more apparent now, and others have witnessed them. The darkness is strong. I fear it is almost complete. All is not lost, however, as I know what I must do. My role in this act is very clear. I must bring myself to complete this ceremony. This place has witnessed this ceremony many times before. I follow in the footsteps and actions of many who are not even a distant memory. They are long since gone, and only time has any knowledge of their existence. Will I join their ranks? I have been suppressing the darkness, which I now think of as the dark fall, with the lyrics left me. I am beginning to understand the order, and soon I will venture to the chamber and complete my role. What, I wonder, lies beyond that final door? The journey will not be without hardship, as I have learnt of the trials. There are 3 in all, and they must be understood and mastered before I can advance further. It is a test of my worth. Those ancient warriors were very wise and devious. The powers with which they act are beautiful to behold. How could so much that impresses be lost to us in our time? What have we gained instead? Modern science? I think not. The country lies in poverty, and the state of frenzied repair. The V2... Random airplane noise. The V2 smashes and destroys our homes and our lives. What power is that? A useless talent. Why did the old ones not pass on their gifts? Were they guardians, keeping the Darkfall in its prison? Did they not see that one day it might be released? Perhaps they were as arrogant as we, never once thinking that anything could threaten them. A stupid ideal, which I hope to explode. April 16th, 1945. The belief is that the war is nearly over. My war has taken a new twist. The Darkfall hates me. I sense it seething and screaming at its own pathetic entrapment. I fear it will strike at me soon, which is why my new discovery is all the more important. I have found a second chamber. A cave, more like. It is under the old tithe barn and contains something of invaluable usage, my key and the Darkfall's nemesis. With each night I lose part of my sanity. The village looks at me through patronizing eyes. Little do they know. Oh, that's the blob of stone that is blocking the top of the thing down underneath the shed building, I guess the barn. April 30th, 1945. A tyrant is dead. All the world feels different, including my own. I am closer than ever now. I must plan my actions well, as I may only get one chance. The trials await. I know how to break the first. It is a simple puzzle. An order. I have memorized the key, but my mind fails me so often these days. I am taking precautions. Verney is here as usual for this time of year. He has a safe box with him. Ingenious in design, I have commissioned several from the manufacturers. They keep my secrets, hidden away from prying eyes. Those facts that cannot be hidden can be recorded. I have asked Edith to make a bed cover. Her skills are wondrous, a true talent for design. I have hidden the key to the first trial within its weaving. It is unique. Such colours she could almost have seen the aurora itself. The second trial is less clear. They conjured the sounds of the earth to confuse. I will break its riddle. Then the third trial awaits. All must be ready. Now this grid with the numbers is clearly the bed sheet that we saw, and I have made a note of the colors. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, going from top left to bottom right. That should be easy enough to remember. March 14th, 1947. Exhaustion, they said. I agreed to disagree. A wasted year is all that is certain. A year of wandering and fear. I was relieved to find, as I stepped off that train, that little has changed. Only Betty seems different, older, more secretive. Does she work against me? I think back to that night when I found her creeping around the darkened hallways. Has the evil recruited? Is she here to hinder me? I think not. It is paranoia on my part. The break has restored me. Edith recommends Hastings. The sea air and frivolity humoured me. I thought of Arthur often and what he would have made of it. Enough. There is work to do. I feel the time is right. It is now or never. I cannot afford to have a second lapse. I will gather my notes, break the lyrical order, and finish this torment for good. April 26, 1947. All is set. I have ripped the lyrics into 12 pieces. That way it is safer. As a whole, it is vulnerable. I will distribute the pieces to those that will take them. They must guard them. The ceremony will be completed, and they will have no idea. The bar will be full in 3 nights' time. Edith has planned another music night. I will feel encouraged during the trials, knowing there is a room full of people immediately above me. Perhaps I will hear them sing and laugh. I will look forward to joining them all once my act is complete. April 26, 1947. Damn, damn, damn. It has worked against me. Stolen some of the lyrics. I must remember. No, better than that. I can see them. I know how. I must arrange the elements. Okay, and I'm guessing that's the bowl and the sandstone, wood, brass and chalk things that we already arranged. April 29th, 1947. All is ready. I will take a second journal with me to note down my progress. I or someone else may need it in the future. The others have made the mistake of not passing on the knowledge. I was right, the bar was busy. I have given the existing symbols to Edith, Betty, Verney and the guests. They know not why I am so nervous. Soon all this will be over in one way or another. Wish me luck, Arthur. I do this for us. Perhaps I will see you soon. I would like that. George. Aww. I saw eternity the other night, like a great ring of pure and endless light, all calm as it was bright. Henry Vaughan, 1622 to 1695. Well. Oh. Okay. Somewhat risque drawer, but let me close it up again. Yeah, that was a very illuminating journal. I think we have a much better idea of what is going on here. But I will leave it there for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of Von Milhausen Plays Darkfall, the Journal.